Hey guys, welcome back to Rick and Kelly's RHOC Recap, episode 10.
10. There's 8 more of these. Could you imagine?
It's painful now, huh?
It's painful. And it's not even pain, it's painful for everybody. Like, everyone is calling me and saying how bad it is.
Well, we almost didn't want to do the recap because we were struggling to figure out what we'd actually talk about. We did find stuff to talk about, but...
I mean, last night I was like, I just throw my hands up and let's not do it because it just, like, there's, I don't know.
It's not about being bitter either. It's just about...
Like, no, I liked it in the beginning, the first one.
We had a bunch of people here with us to watch the show last night and provide their feedback and commentary. And I mean, I said, out of 5 stars, 5 being great and 1 sucking. Everyone was 1, 1.5.
You know, it was funny. I was talking to Tamara, and Tamara said that Emily and Gina aren't housewives material.
Huh.
I think Emily is, but I don't think Gina is. You know, like most of these shows, they have, you know, second homes. None of these girls have second homes. You know, like New York, you know, we have Dorinda has a house in the Berkshires.
Ramona has a place in the Hamptons.
Ramona has a house, New Jersey, they have houses in the Shore.
Yeah.
Like most of these girls here don't have second homes.
Beverly Hills, they have houses in the desert.
In Aspen, in the desert. Well, that's Kyle, just Kyle Richards. But, you know, it's like, you want the lifestyle. Like, Gina just doesn't have the lifestyle. I'm sorry. She doesn't have the clothes. She doesn't have the lifestyle. Now, is she pretty? Cute kids? But she doesn't have, you know, the car. She doesn't have the homes.
But you also said she doesn't really provide any content. She doesn't have much of a storyline.
Right. She doesn't have a storyline. I mean, she's been on that show for 4 years, and she's never once thrown a party. I mean, that is somebody under the radar. Like, I mean, there's no oomph there. There's, you know, like, at least, you know, Tamara and Vicky. I mean, you're dealing with the big leagues, you know?
Yeah, they were involved.
These are minor leagues here.
Okay. It's like single A ball instead of the major league.
Listen, I am not bitter at all. I like 0 because these you know, these numbers are 700. We've never, in the 5 years I was on the show, never ever went into 700s.
Yeah. Oh, so that was one of our Housewives headlines before we get to the show itself. The Bravo ratings for last week, episode 9, the demo was 0.19, and typically it's in like at least the high 2s and low 3s. So 0.19 demo and 771,000 viewers for last week's Orange County, which was a season and a series low. So for the last 16 seasons, this was the lowest rated show of all time on the Orange County franchise.
Right.
Lowest of all time.
And I can't get into the Dr. Jen. I can't get in. I cannot get into that family.
You're not alone. Can I just read it?
And Noella just bugs bad. Like, she's irritating.
Well, apparently she irritates everyone else on the cast because none of them want to give her any sympathy or... we're going to show you a clip about that.
Okay.
It was announced that Heather and Terry Dubrow landed their own spin-off, and Bravo Housewives on Instagram said, "Will you be watching?" And I could not believe the negative feedback from... Just an innocent question. Will you be watching this new spin-off?
I get negative feedback too.
Yeah, but not like this.
But not like this. I've got my huge supporters. And I mean, it often, like, do these people just troll? I mean, I know a lot of them, for me, because I did the research, I had a bunch of bots.
Yeah.
On mine for negative, like...
These are not bots. These are not bots. These are people. Will you watch the spin-off? No. Oh, come on, this is too much. Immediately, no. I've seen what I need to see. No. Hard pass. No. I'm crying. Is this fake? Why? No. Gosh, no. WTF. Nope. No. Hope this is fake news. No one is watching this. Throw up emoji. No thanks. All self-promotion to build their brand and wealth. No, this is a sick joke. Nah. Yes. I don't even want to watch her on Housewives. Hard pass. Really, it's an absolute no for me. Yawn, will not be watching. I'd rather be boiled alive than watch that.
I want to have my people out there.
Yeah.
I want you guys, okay, you know how we bet that Meghan Keane and Min's marriage was going to last?
Yeah.
Less than a year?
Yeah.
I think this show is going to be like Vanderpump. Remember she did that with that Jeff Lewis?
Yeah.
When everyone was like around the lunch or the dinner table. Remember that one?
Yeah.
I think that didn't even last at all.
That interview show?
That interview show.
Wait, are you asking whether or not people think that the Orange County franchise will survive?
No, I'm talking about their spin-off show.
Oh.
Do you think it will get picked up for a second season?
Can I vote?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
I don't think so either. And first of all, what kind of credentials do either of them have but being married 25 years?
Well, that's impressive.
I know, but they're not doctors in psychiatry or therapists. They're not therapists.
You can see they're trying to set her up as the wise older person you go to for advice to the other women on the show to sort of help promote, I think, their spinoff.
Of course, they already had that in the works. Absolutely.
If you like our content here, don't forget to check us out on patreon.com. Rick and Kelly Unmasked on Patreon. We have a great podcast there. It's unfiltered, uncensored, about an hour long. We do fresh ones every week, and we've got 26 in the can. We hope you'll join us there on Patreon.
Do I have stuff on my teeth?
You do not.
Oh, I made tacos last night, and they were delicious. I just had some.
We thank you for your comments on YouTube, the feedback you've been giving us on our recaps has been terrific. Your recaps are way more entertaining than the show, Tara said. I like to rewatch the show after listening to you guys break it down. Another awesome recap. Kelly, you look fabulous. Kelly, miss you so much on the OC. I live
These
for
are all
Kelly.
I love all these people on YouTube. They're nice.
Allie said, I'm getting my brows microbladed, and I literally have a picture of yours to tell her how I want them to look.
Aww. My friend Lena Mashenko does them for me. She is in San Francisco.
The best thing about this season is your recap. You two are great to watch, so entertaining. Regards from Stockholm, Sweden.
I know, I got so many nice, a lot of fans from Australia and Sweden and the UK.
Yep, and a lot of them are now following us to subscribe to us on Patreon.
They are. We have a lot. So thank you guys from, around the world. That's so nice.
Linda Taylor wrote, I love how both of you just don't give a F. Which is not entirely true. I mean, of course we give an F. Let's get to the show, shall we?
We should. I'm doing everything possible not to talk about this.
I thought the funniest thing was when I asked the group, I told them that we wanted to watch the show a second time after we saw it the first time so we could gather.
Well, first of all, we were drinking like crazy.
So I said, well, we need to watch it again. And your friend Sandra goes, well, then I definitely need more wine.
She's hilarious.
Because she wanted...
Somebody's on my Instagram, people are like, why don't you have your own show with your own friends? Because my friends are hilarious.
Yeah.
Having real chemistry, having real friends is what that's how you make a show.
I'm going to show you the clips that I cut for this week's recap. And the first one is Terry's trench coat yet again.
Honey, what? Guess is I have one coat that I wear.
Yes, you do.
I have like 4 of these.
Thank you. Thanks, honey.
Why? Hi.
I guess he says he's got 4 of those.
Yeah.
The thing about it is nobody wears coats in Orange County. I mean, rarely. And certainly not trench coats. Have you ever seen anyone in a trench coat in Orange County?
No, because it's hot here.
Is he trying to make a statement of some kind?
It looks ridiculous. I guess if you're in New York, but Chicago, not here in Orange County. We're a beach. We're in the beach. But they're always in black. Do you notice, Heather? They remember goth. They remind me of what was that show, The Addams Family?
Yes.
Like where she was like, he would kiss her arms like that.
Morticia.
But everyone on Bravo Housewives this morning, I went on there and they're like, oh my God, Heather's such a great mom. She's such a great mother for support. Well, I hope you love your kids unconditionally.
Yeah.
I hope you accept your children for whom they are.
That's important.
I'm sorry, but a good mother to me is somebody who cooks.
you cook a lot and you're amazing.
She doesn't make one meal. I mean, she's a great mother. Like, I don't know.
If you're interested in Kelly's cooking, we have some Cooking with Kelly segments here on our YouTube channel. You should check those out. The third the second clip is Emily annoyed at Noella.
Right now, it's fight or flight for me. And I feel like I'm fighting for every single day, every single inch of my life.
I get that. And that'll
just everything with Junior, with everything with James, everything with his friend in my life right now. Like, it just sucks that, like, I'm being such a wuss about, like, you hurt my feelings. And I feel like I just cry every freaking day.
It's extreme. I feel like that night at dinner, you started it with Heather because you made a snarky comment.
When I'm being honest and when I'm showing that I'm not okay, it's almost threatening their projection of everything's fine, everything's perfect. We don't talk about this. It's like, isn't this divorce over just yet? Like, aren't we done with this topic? That feeling of like, wow, my pain is triggering something in you says more about you than it says about me.
I'm sorry, but that outfit with her titty sticking out with the hair, like she's some Tahitian. I mean, give me an effing break. Who back there said that looks good? Like, it looks ridiculous. I mean, I just can't. And by the way, she is so much like Bronwyn, and I get why Emily is annoyed with her. I get it.
Oh, you do?
I get why Emily's annoyed with her, because she reminds her so much of Bronwyn. I get it.
She was looking for sympathy for her divorce, but I guess they're just sick of hearing about it, because that's all apparently she talks about.
No, they just don't like her.
Oh, okay.
You know, I mean, it's like, yeah. You know what? This is what happens. We need to know who the husbands are. It's like Gina all over again. We never got to see her husband on the show. Ever. We never got to get close to see what their life was like. I don't even understand how Gina has lasted this long, to be quite honest. I know people like her. She's a nice person. I'm not at all like saying anything bad about her character. But we were never invested in her ex. We're not invested in because we didn't know him. We don't know. You know it. So when something like this is shown on TV, we don't have any sympathy for her because we never got to know the guy. You just get thrown in and all of a sudden you're going through a divorce.
Right.
It was
too soon?
It was too soon. Okay. You know, they cast it wrong.
The next clip is about Shannon's stomach.
I have been eating cleaner than I've ever eaten. And my stomach, it's like you can push in, it's like air.
No, it's not air, it's fat. And I'm not being mean. Tamara texted me this morning. She goes, Shannon's is delusional. You know, like, I'm fat right now, and I feels like there's air in there.
Me too. It doesn't feel like air. It feels like jelly.
I remember when my grandma used to say, "Here, look,
pudding.
Look at."
No, like an unflated basketball. Yeah. Uninflated.
Well, mine feels like air too, but you know what it is? It's fat.
Oh. The next clip is Jen cried for 13 hours and no one cared.
You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. But if you want to talk about it, I was talking about my day. I had a challenging day. And I was reaching out for support, and he just not able to give me support. And so then he lashes out, and it was just a very big lash out. Like a very big one. I'm sorry.
They all kind of just like dismissed her and talked about other things.
Because she's boring. God, I mean, listen, I went through a divorce on TV too, but I wasn't crying about it. I mean, I pressed on. I made a bad situation into a positive, and these girls are feeling sorry for themselves. It's so irritating to watch. It's irritating. I don't know who back there casted these people, but they need to be fired because this is horrible casting. They got Nicole James wrong. They got this Jen who's a miserable Debbie Downer.
The group last night
and Noella is like nails to a chalkboard, irritating. It's like I can't.
The group last night said all Jen does is complain, super negative, and they were annoyed by that. It's not fun, not fun to watch, not good TV.
No.
Okay. Emily will not let Noella speak.
He comes across as the mellow guy who's very calm and collected and very cool all the time, and it's false advertising.
Yeah.
Because he's the most dramatic person I've ever met.
I was just saying this to the ladies that, like, when I first met them, I was still holding on to so much that was going on with James and I, because, like, we weren't in a good space. And so it put, like, obviously a stress in the marriage because...
But how is it a big stressor because he filed for divorce? Like, so I don't understand what the stress is.
What I'm saying?
I just asked a question.
What is going on?
Okay, I'll stop asking. I'm sorry, Noella. I'm not allowed to ask questions.
Don't raise your voice.
Okay, I'm sorry. I won't ask you any more questions.
Well, no, apparently I'm not allowed to talk about my divorce. I'm not allowed
It's
to...
all you talk about. What are you talking about?
Emily's irritated with her. She doesn't like her. Mm-hmm. There's no chemistry there. So she flipped out. It was rude. Yeah, it was rude. It wasn't nice. You know, she wasn't being kind. But you know, I get Emily. I get her.
The thing that strikes me is that none of them seem to be really friends, except maybe Gina and Emily. Those two.
Gina and Emily are the only ones that are friends.
And the rest of them don't care about each other.
Nope, none of them.
They're doing it for the cameras. They don't.
And for Emily to get up and start crap is purely for the cameras. It's so contrived. Yeah. It's so fake. She doesn't know. She doesn't have any other storyline of herself, so she has to drum up gossip and like just.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Now we're on to edibles.
Okay, first of all, me, Vicky, and Tamara were on a three-way call last night. We did edibles on our show. We went to
How many years ago was that? A couple years ago?
Oh, about 3 years ago. Uh-huh. And if we were to show those outtakes of us going to the Peoples, it was hysterical.
But they didn't use that on the show,
They
right?
didn't use it because they were afraid, because I don't think it was quite legal. I think it was, but we were, Tamara was doing it for her CBD line. What? And it was so funny. I wish they would do those outtakes. But I
would like to see that. All right, so let's watch Shannon talk about her edible experience.
I've never been a fan of pot because I want to be in control. But microdosing, it can just take the edge off a little bit.
11 years in the that makes you feel just like...
I think you're used to the first fight. Okay, yeah, this is the minuscule.
I'll make an effort each drinking.
I now have a drug dealer named Heather Dubrow.
I like the editors. Thank God for the editors. Because if it wasn't for the editors, this would be so painful to watch. At least they're the ones who are making it funny.
Yeah.
Because it's not the cast. It's weak. And by the way, I have a little tidbit for you guys. When we it was like a couple years ago, I went to go get some, because I love the indicas at night because they make me go to sleep. I went to the Peoples, and this girl goes, "Oh my God, I love you. I watch you on Orange County House." She was like, "Do you know we deliver to Heather Dubrow all the time?" And I thought it was, I mean, I've known this information for so long, and I thought it was funny that she spoke about it on there.
She did indeed. Mm-hmm. Now she's the drug dealer, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, now, you know what I think is now it's socially acceptable because it's been legalized in so many states now, so it's okay to talk about it.
Right. But didn't your friend that went to high school with her call you, like you worked with for 25 years? Didn't he say that she was a hardcore partier back in the day?
Oh yeah, he had a lot of background information about Heather in high school.
Yeah, and she likes to partay, if you know what I mean.
Apparently she was, she was a wild child. I don't know.
I don't know either.
But
that was hearsay. But that's.
I can get more on that. I was going to skip a couple of these clips because they really aren't that interesting. But the last one.
Oh, is that the one with her daughter?
No, I was going to skip that one.
Well, let's just talk about that.
Here, let me.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I have the rainbow flag in my bio.
Right.
And I got a comment that said 14 and already gay, WTF. And then I got like really embarrassed. I don't know, it kind of made me think I should take it down and then get a smaller one in the corner of the room.
I'm going to talk about this. I don't like talking about kids at all because it's not nice, but Heather is good in this scene, and because she is accepting of her daughter, she has compassion for her kid, and she's accepting. And so I think that's all great. I think it shows that she's human, that she's you see a softer side of Heather, which I think is good, because she's a horrible person in reality. And so, but my daughter was watching this last night, Jolie, and she's going to be 16 in June. And she was like, Kat's 14. Why is Heather, my 16-year-old daughter said this, swear to God, she goes, why is Heather, a mother, allowing her daughter to talk about her sexuality at 14? I mean, has she done, has she done the deed? Has she done the act?
How would she know?
How would she know?
Maybe she doesn't.
And then, my daughter is so wise and so smart. She was like, Mom, when you're young, and I don't know, she was, you experiment.
Experiment.
Oh, that's our contractor.
Contractor. Hey, what's up, Ruben?
I think, sorry, our contractor just called.
It's like, there's so many decisions that have to be made every day.
So anyway, so my daughter Jolie was like, I wouldn't want my sexuality because, you at that age, at 14, you're not quite sure. I mean, you might be attracted to maybe a different sex, and then you become older and your hormones are all different, your chemistry is different, and then all of a sudden you're like, I was confused as a teenager, I was experimenting, and then all of a sudden you want to have your own kids and you really don't want to talk about, it was something. I just think
the whole world meanwhile knows that you came out when you were a teenager.
And there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I
don't think there's anything wrong with it either.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Except that now you're labeled, and these are kids, and maybe they should just keep that off camera?
I would think so. I would think that they should just keep it off camera because they're not old enough to make their own decisions. That's why you're a parent.
Yeah.
So you can make those decisions. But 14 to me is a little too young.
So as a parent, you would not be putting your daughter's sexual preferences on television?
No, absolutely not. Not until she wanted to, until she was maybe 17, 18, like the older ones.
If she was 14 and wanted to, that would
I would just keep it because it's like it's like you're pre-gay. It's not like you're doing the act, It's like I just think it's just too young.
Okay. Got it.
I mean, and she's supposed to be like a therapist, psychiatrist, and knows everything about marriages, and because
for her new spinoff.
Yeah.
Okay. The final clip from this episode 10 of RHOC is it's Emily trying to stir up stuff with Shannon about Gina. Here it is.
Okay. Do you get jealous of Gina's relationship with Heather? No. Like the fact that they're going to New York together or anything? Does that bother you?
No. I mean, I have my own relationship with Heather. And if she would have asked me to go to New York, I would say, I'm freaking exhausted. Sorry, have a good time. No. Like you're thinking I'm acting jealous?
No, she was telling me that at your lunch, that when Heather was talking about her skincare line, that she thought that you got really jealous. Like she accomplished this and she started a business and like how great she was. And
that's an asshole comment to make because I have my own skincare. And I don't talk about it because I'm excited for Gina and I told her that. What? Where from the sky was this pulled from?
I guess because maybe it looked like you were like not happy that Heather was like saying something and like promoting her.
How did it look like I wasn't happy?
Oh, those are beautiful.
Yeah, so excited for you. So excited for you.
Okay, so Shannon called me when this whole thing went down about how Emily said she was jealous. I can 100% tell you Shannon doesn't even like Heather, okay? That's a fact. She doesn't. So there's no jealousy there. You have to want something in order to be jealous. Now, I don't know if Emily's projecting her stuff because now Gina is like, so like, you know, they're together, Gina. I think Emily, if anybody's jealous, it's Emily.
But
that's jealous.
She's also trying to stir things up, I think. She's trying to be controversial.
She's trying to, you know what it is? It's like, what is it? Getting something and putting it like a square peg in a hole, in a round hole.
Yeah.
It doesn't work, Emily. You're starting, it's not, it's like, it's so embarrassing, actually. And it's like, can't you guys come up? Because there's no real relationships there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, everyone last night basically said the show sucked. It sucks now. That you were always so entertaining. It was so fun. And they were all saying that they think Bravo's kicking themselves for letting you go and letting Elizabeth go, who's got crazy stuff going on.
I'm glad I'm not on this sinking ship. Thank
I
God. Because you know what? If I was on that show right now and it was tanking, but it wouldn't.
They blame you.
It wouldn't be because I hate Heather, and that would have been great for TV if I was on. I'm not blowing my own horn, but you know.
The show would not be tanking because
it would not be tanking because I would be kissing her butt like the minions those girls are.
Yeah.
And the only one that could be is, you know, going at Heather is Noella, and everyone hates Noella.
Right.
So,
she hasn't been on long enough to have the weight for it to mean anything.
Right. So,
well,
have at it.
That's it.
And then I love how Gina's having a skincare line.
Yeah.
She's got the worst skin, and she's like showing before and after. It's called Proactive, ladies and gentlemen. Proactive. I bet you, I want to see what's in the ingredients in her skincare line. I bet you it's benzoyl peroxide.
More on that next week. Don't forget our podcast.
Or salicylic acid, guaranteed. I want to get my hands on her product because, first of all, she's not a doctor. She's licensing her name on someone else's product. She didn't come up with the formula, but I guarantee you, I want to get her skincare line and see exactly the ingredients in it.
I'm going to get on that.
And I bet you can find it at Walgreens.
Your investigative reporter husband will get on that, and next week we will have answers for you.
Okay, thanks.
On comparing the ingredients of those two products.
Yeah.
Don't forget our podcast on patreon.com. Please head over there, subscribe, check out our content. We have so many fun shows there. And if you want a mug, RickKellyUnmasked.com.
Yay.
Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you here on YouTube.